asks, question number 5 this is, there is a preacher in Urdu, meaning a speaker. An Urdu speaker, the questioner mentioned the name, but I'm not going to mention the name. There is a Urdu speaker who swears by Allah that he is not with Muhammad bin Hadi. Yet he does not state that he agrees with Sheikh Rabi', Sheikh Ubaid, Sheikh Abdullah Bukhari, and the rulings of other scholars from the well-known scholars of this ummah. So though he says, he swears by Allah, I am not with Muhammad bin Hadi, but he will not say, therefore, that he agrees, therefore, with the advice and criticisms of Sheikh Rabi', Sheikh Ubaid, and so on. And he does not defend the rights of those who Muhammad bin Hadi has accused. He does not defend their rights or their honor, such as Sheikh Arafat, who was accused, or Sheikh Abdullah Dhafiri, who was accused. He does not defend their rights, nor does he praise them and say that they were wrongly accused. Nor does he agree with that which has been stated by the scholars of the qadh. He does not say that Sheikh Rabi was correct and Muhammad bin Hadi was incorrect in his accusing another Muslim of fornication. Na'am. Nor do you find him guiding his listeners to the clarifications and the writings of Sheikh Ubaid and Sheikh Rabi' and Sheikh Abdullah Bukhari and so on from the scholars. He won't tell his listeners, go and listen to their clarifications because this is what I'm upon. I don't have the ability to express it because I don't have the knowledge, or whatever maybe he doesn't, it's possible. So go to, I am with Sheikh Rabi', so the position of Sheikh Rabi' is correct. I cannot express it, but it is, you'll find it in such and such a location. Or go and ask so and so and listen to the refutations of Sheikh Rabi' and Sheikh Ubaid, Sheikh Abdullah, and even to some of the questions that were put to Sheikh Al-Fawzan, and so on. So he doesn't do any of this. Rather, he has always historically been known to mix with the defenders of Muhammad bin Hadi, even in WhatsApp groups with them and so on. Allahu A'lam. Something like this. This is, I'm gathering, a few questions together into one question, so I don't have to repeat. Then, what is the advice concerning this individual? Then this individual, barakallahu feekum, if he is truly with the scholars and he is not with Muhammad bin Hadi, then he should clarify that which I'm upon is what Sheikh Rabi is upon. That which I'm upon is what Sheikh Ubaid is upon. That which I'm upon is what Sheikh Abdullah Bukhari is upon. That which I'm upon is that which the courts have ruled. This is what I'm upon. And I agree that you should go to those major scholars like Sheikh Rabi and Sheikh Ubaid and others, and you should take their rulings. This is what I'm upon. You should make that clear. As for this vague speech that in a single sentence, Wallahi, I am not with Muhammad bin Hadi, that is not enough. That is not enough. Because if someone was to ask you and you're a teacher, then the teacher clarifies. He doesn't leave his students. He doesn't leave them to wonder or to doubt or to sit in confusion. A teacher doesn't do that. If a teacher doesn't know an answer, what does he say? Allah says in the Quran, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ ذِكْرٍ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you do not know. So you should say to them, ask the people of knowledge. You say, okay, you said you're not with Muhammad bin Hadi. Which people of knowledge should I go to? The one who knows Muhammad bin Hadi the best and has known him the best for decades, and that is Al-Shaykh Al-Allama Al-Imam Rabi' bin Hadi Al-Madkhali, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala. His is the position that I take. my students, listeners, my audience, go to Sheikh Rabi, because Sheikh Rabi is upon the haqq in this issue. This is what a person who is upon tamyiz, who is upon clarity says. Because he knows that no one knows from the people, no one knows Muhammad bin Hadi better than Sheikh Rabi' and Sheikh Ubaid. Known him for decades. I've known Sheikh Rabi for 25 years, and Muhammad bin Hadi for 25 years, and Sheikh Ubaid for 25 years. They've, meaning Sheikh Rabi' and Sheikh Ubaid, have known him for decades more than that. Or for a decade or so, a decade or two more than that. So, who would you ask? The one who is a'lam, the one who is more knowledgeable concerning these affairs. So, this preacher, speaker, teacher, whatever term you want to give him, ustad or whatever, if he is not with Muhammad bin Hadi, now tell the people, I am not with Muhammad bin Hadi, I am with Sheikh Rabi'. Don't say I am not with Muhammad bin Hadi, because you might not even be with Sheikh Rabi'. This is the question. If you say I'm not with Sheikh Muhammad bin Hadi, then who are you with? Meaning, in this mas'ala, we're not talking about ad-deen, the whole of the religion. Whole of the religion is kitab and sunnah and sahaba and ulama in general. We know that. We refer back to the ulama in their understanding of the kitab and the sunnah. The sahaba were the most knowledgeable concerning the kitab and the sunnah. But when an issue like this comes up, where a man is criticized, and then you see that the scholars are on one side and this man is on the other side, but you see that there's some confusion surrounding the issue. So either you know, in which case you should make it clear, or you don't know, in which case say I don't know, in which case if you do not know, and you are an ustad, then what is the duty of this teacher? Get in a car or an airplane. This issue has been going on for nearly 3 years. Drive to Medina. Barakallahu feek. You do not live a million miles away. A few hours drive to Medina. Sit with Sheikh Ubaid. Sit with Sheikh Rabi'. Sit with Sheikh Abdullah Bukhari. And ask them, Ya Sheikh, what is the mawqif as-sahih? What is the correct position towards this individual known as Muhammad ibn Hadi, because there is confusion in my mind? Or what should I tell my students? Which Sheikh Rabi has already answered, on tape by the way, and written on his website, just in case people think that the position of Sheikh Rabi is not clear. Sheikh Rabi has written introductions for others. Sheikh Rabi has allowed speech to go out, which he has read and put out. It is recorded, and he has written and signed it, and it is upon his website. So you don't have to technically travel, but students of knowledge, we travel. If the ulama are alive, when was the last time your teacher met Sheikh Rabi'? Ask him. When was the last time your teacher, and I'm not just singling out anyone, all of us, when was the last time your teacher met Sheikh Ubaid? Sheikh Rabi', ulama are alive. When was the last time, if you're in the same balad, for example, you live in the same land, Sheikh Rabi' is a 45-minute flight away from you, maybe half an hour. Or Sheikh Rabi' is a 4-hour drive from you. How often have you seen him? Let's say in the last 10 years, last 5 years, last 4 years, last 2 years, last 3 years. How often have you seen Sheikh Ubaid? When did you travel to them? If Sheikh Abdullah al-Bukhari, hafidhahullah ta'ala, from the ulama, that he came to your city, for example, for a dawrah, did you go and visit him? Is he not an alim? Why did you not go to him? If you truly say, I am not with Fulan ibn Fulan, then who are you with? Who are you with? Your students want to know why? Because the fitnah of Ibn Hadi, as Sheikh Rabi said, is a massive fitnah. It's an enormous fitnah that has divided Salafis all around the dunya, because this one man did what he did. One man. And then his band of followers. One man caused fitna and fasada across the dunya. I know. And your teacher doesn't know Muhammad bin Hadi better than me, barakallahu feekum. I will give you recording after recording after recording of myself and our brothers, Abu Hakim and myself, Abdul Ilah, Uwais Tawil and the brothers, Walillahi alhamd, Hassan al-Somali and others, sitting with Muhammad bin Hadi over the last quarter of a century. Quarter of a century. And I do not exaggerate, and Allah knows best. And if it is, maybe a year here or there, bas. I don't know Muhammad bin Hadi. I don't know Sheikh Rabi'. Abu Hakim doesn't know Sheikh Rabi'. 25 years, ikhwa. Brothers and sisters, 25 years we've known them. And we visit them every single year. Some of the brothers, they even live in the same city, like our brother Sheikh Uwais Tawil, or Abdul Ilah for many years, Abu Hakim for many years, Abu Idris. We know our scholars. And I have never seen your Ustad in a single one of those gatherings in 25 years. Not one. I'm just telling the truth. 25 years, I haven't. Is it possible? Because, I'm not there 24, I'm not there 365 days a year. It's true. Outside of that, Allahu A'lam. In which case, did you go and ask them? Did you seek guidance of Ahlul Ilm? Did you say to them, oh Shaykh, this issue, what should my speech be? فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you don't know. So now, you are not giving a clear answer. I am not with Muhammad bin Hadi could also mean I am not also with Sheikh Rabi'. And I'm not in this mas'ala. Or with Sheikh Ubaid. Or Sheikh Abdullah Bukhari. Or the questions and answers that were put to Sheikh Al-Allama Al-Fawzan. Because he was asked particular questions. And I've put them on my website. Detailed questions about certain masail connected to Muhammad bin Hadi without his name. So now my question is, why the ambiguity? Why do I need to be asked this question? Go on, would you put this across to others and say, well, Abu Khadija is saying that he's not with Muhammad bin Hadi, so is he alright? You wouldn't say that. Why? Because you know my mawqif. You know Abu Hakim, you know Abu Iyad, you know Uwais Tawil, you know Abdul Ilah. I'm just talking about the brothers in the West. You know Abu Hassan Malik, you know Hassan al-Somali. And we're right. You know their mawaqif. You know their positions. Abu Idris and so on. So how come you're wondering about this man? Why do you need to wonder? Does he say that I disagree with Muhammad bin Hadi in his attacking Sheikh Arafat, Sheikh Muhammad Ghalib, Sheikh Abdullah Dhafiri, Sheikh Abu Hakim, Sheikh Abu Iyad, Maktab al-Salafiyya? Because obviously he mentions the Maktab and criticizes them. So where's your teacher's position now? You should say, I'm not with him. These are attacks without foundation, without basis. Or he says, I agree with Muhammad bin Hadi. If you say you are not with him, then does that mean you are not also with Sheikh Rabi'? Then who are you? Bayna manzilatayn? Manzila bayna manzilatayn? You're in a position between two positions? Or are you making tawaqquf? You are saying, I'm not this and I'm not that. Because it could be that this Ustad of yours is on that position. I'm not with them and I'm not with them. Then who are you with? Do you have ijtihad of your own? Do you have ijtihadat of your own? You make your own rulings, you give your own fatwa. What do you do? Is it upon you now to jump into a car, and you've had 3 years, I don't know what we're waiting for. 3 years. 3 years you couldn't jump into a car with a group of brothers from India, from Pakistan, from wherever, expats, whatever, and say, let's go and travel and sit with the scholars of Medina. Let's go and sit with them and really get the tafsil on this issue, even though it's already out there, barakallahu feekum. But I'm just saying, if a person wants to hear it with his own ears, no problem. If the scholar is alive, why not? I agree with that. Go. If you can't get to him, then read his work or listen to his audios. 3 years. Not one trip to Sheikh Rabi'. When was the last time you met Sheikh Rabi' even? Sheikh Rabi' used to live in Mecca. Then he moved to Medina. Well, actually, he was in Medina. Then he moved to Mecca. Then he moved back to Medina. How many times have you met him in the last 20 years? If you're in the same balad, How many times have you met him? How many times have you met Sheikh Ubaid? You're in the same balad. If you claim you have tazkiyat, I have recommendation from Fulan and Fulan, go to them and say, this is my position, Sheikh. I'm not clear. I haven't said I'm with you. Yeah, Sheikh, you used to say good things about me. Does it still stand? I say to you now, anyone who's listening, go to Sheikh Rabi today and ask him about the brothers at Al-Maktaba Salafiyya. Say, Ya Sheikh, we want to ask you about Abu Hakim. We want to ask you about Abu Khadija. We want to ask you about some of the other brothers like Abdul Ilah, Lahmami, Uwais At-Tawil. We want to ask you about, such and such brother. See what the Sheikh tells you. Then go to Sheikh Ubaid and ask him. Because, why, my brothers and sisters? Because we're not afraid. We got nothing to hide. We go to the scholars. We sit with them. We talk to them. We seek their advice. This is our position. Why are we sitting in confusion and ambiguity over this teacher and that teacher? If he does not make himself clear, take a step back. You don't need to enter into, opening up, huge doors of discussion. The issue is clear. We are with Sheikh Rabi'. We are with Sheikh Ubaid. We are with Abdullah Bukhari. We are with Sheikh Fulan. We are with our brother Sheikh Arafat. We are with our brother and Sheikh Abdullah al-Dhafiri. We are with them. That's who we are with. Who are you with? It's clear. Or what do you want to say? No, I don't want to take up. If you don't want to take a position, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ. Go and ask the people of knowledge. Then when you've asked them and you've come back, then I'll decide whether to take anything from you. Why should I take from someone who doesn't take from the scholars? Makes his own ijtihad. Why should I? Is that how we behave? I will quote to you. If I take a position, I will say Al-Albani, Bin Baz, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Al-Qayyim, Barbahari, Bukhari, Fudail, Abdul Ghani Al-Maqdisi. I will mention Ibn Qudama. I will mention Imam Sa'di. I will mention Rabi' or Ahmed al-Najmi or Zayd al-Madkhali or Fawzan or al-Luhaydan. This is the way. With their evidences. I won't just sit there and say make taqleed. No. With evidences. This is our way. Barakallahu feekum.